Welcome to another Health and Selena workout. Today we're going to do a beginner intermediate mobility flow. I personally am pretty passionate about mobility because as someone who is over the age of 30, I've realized that my body can handle way less strength and intense workouts and needs much more stretching and mobility. The benefit of mobility training over just stretching is that you are still working on strengthening your muscles at their end range and not just stretching them out, meaning that long term you'll have less joint pain and be able to do more things in your day-to-day life. So we're going to start off with some controlled articular rotations. Done these in a lot of my other workouts. It's just taking each joint through its end range of motion. Change directions, head rolls the other way. Really try and tilt your head all the way over to the sides, all the way down, chin to chest. Push yourself to increase the range of motion. Then we're going to go into our shoulders. So remember that feeling of irradiation. I'm not just kind of flopping my arms, I'm really trying to push them. How far back can I get them to go? Let's change directions. Push, like someone's gonna run into me, and I'm bracing, I'm holding my core, I'm nice and strong. From here, I'm gonna go into my wrists. I'm gonna pull them towards me, opening up through the joints, change directions, sending blood flow, oxygen, all the good stuff in each joint. And then we go elbows, bringing those hands right in, trying to keep the top part of the arm still. Change directions. Good, let's go into the torso, reaching over the top. How far over can I tilt? Really trying to get it from the ribs. Push it side to side. Nice, so we're going to twist. Again, I'm not twisting through the hips here. I'm really trying to twist from the midsection, twist and reach. Don't just flop about. How far can you go? Side to side. From here, we're going to go into our hips. Lift your knee up as high as you can. Rotate it out to the side and then round to the back. So it's up, out, rotate and around. Lifting that knee as high as you can, strengthening the hip flexor, getting as much movement as we can. Let's change direction, so it's the same leg, but we're going the other way now. You can do whatever you want with your arms. If your balance isn't great, you can always hold on to a wall or back of a chair. Let's change legs now. Nice and high, out to the side, and rotate. Working on the balance as well while we're working and warming up the hips. Good work, change directions. Lift, back, round, up. One more. Nice work. We're going to do our ankles, so again, balancing. You can hold on with one hand if you need to hold on to something. Push the ankle, change directions, other way. Sending that blood flow down to the bottom of the legs now. Let's change, other side. Change. Nice work. We're going to go into some spinal rolls now. Chin to chest. Round the shoulders. Bend the knees. Relax the back of the head. Roll it up. Draw the belly button in. Tuck the pelvis under. Stretch out the spine, one vertebra at a time. We're going to do 2 more of those. Bend the knees, round the back. Try and get your hands all the way to the floor. Bend your knees as much as you need to be able to get your hands to the ground. And roll it up. Nice deep breath. Unraveling the spine. One more time. Make sure when you get to the bottom of the spinal roll, you're really trying to look back to the wall that's behind you, so you're not looking down at the ground. No tension in the neck. It should be nice and wobbly, nice and loose. Let's roll it up one last time. So that's our little warm-up done. So now getting into a little bit more high intensity, we're going to start with some single leg twists. So we're going to stand on our right leg. We're going to aeroplane forwards. Now, you can either stay doing a straight aeroplane like that. That is our beginner option. Or if you would like to make it harder, we can add in a twist. So I'm going to go open, twist, back to the middle, stand back up. The next time I'm going to twist the other way. This is a closed direction twist. I'm going opposite hand to foot. Nice work. We're going to do that one more time. I'm going to go straight to the middle. This is the beginner option. Harder option is to add in the twists. So you're feeling this work down through the back of the leg you're standing on, glute of the leg that's up. Obviously my balance is being worked there. So we're just going to do that one side, and then next time around we're going to do the other side. Spinal roll down, walk hands forwards into a down dog. So my head is pressing back through my hands. My heels are trying to be flat on the floor. Yours might not be yet. If you have tight calves, that's totally okay. Now we're going to pedal through the feet. Bending one knee at a time, stretching out the calves. Keep pressing your head back through your arms for a nice shoulder stretch as well. All right, let's press both feet flat now, both legs straight. You may need to shorten your dog a little bit, walk your hands in a tiny bit. We're going to reach right hand to left foot. And we're going to twist, look underneath our arm. And this is a nice back shoulder stretch, twisting through that midsection. Change sides. Left hand to right ankle, twisting the other way. And then back to our down dog position. From here, I am going to lift up my right leg. I'm going to bend my knee, open my hip, get a nice stretch. I'm going to take my right hand off the floor and flip over. So now my foot's on the floor, my arm's reaching up. From here, we're going to come back to down dog. And then I'm going to take my right leg underneath and lift my left hand up. And I've come through and I've twisted the other way. Back to the middle and hold. You can repeat that or you can hold it here in down dog. So option if you want to flip again. Open, middle, and thread. Or you could just hold down dog if you're not ready to repeat it. From here, we're going to lift that right leg up one more time. And now we're going to bring it all the way forwards between our hands. Open up the right arm, look up at the roof, look up at your hand, nice twist, nice stretch of the chest and spine. Place that hand down, let's do the other side. Open up, nice hip flexor stretch there too. Coming down, let's put our back knee down on the floor, bring our arms up, hip flexor stretch here. Cactus the arms, look up at the roof, and then tilt over to the right side. So I'm going across this leg to increase the stretch in my hip flexor here. Back to the middle. Option, if you can, try and put your elbows down on the floor. If you can't, you can stay on your hands, that's fine. We're going to lift the back knee up and then lower it back down. Lift and lower, lift and lower, and lift one more time. Then back up onto my hands. I'm going to turn. This position in yoga is called Skandasana. You may need to be up higher. I'm trying to have this foot flat on the ground, this stretching here on the inner thigh. Walk your hands over to the other side. We're going to do a side body stretch here. So I'm going to take my left hand over to the side, right arm up in the air, look up at the right arm, use my elbow to push my knee open, inner thigh stretch, side body stretch. Let's go back to the front, repeat that on the other side. Right arm goes out, left arm goes up, reaching up and over, inner thigh, side body. Excellent work. Twist back to the front. One more here, knee goes back down. You may not be able to do this one. You can just hold this position if you like. Otherwise, right arm reaches back, tries to grab the left foot. If you can, pull that foot as close in towards your bottom as you can. Quad and hip flexor stretch here. Good, release the leg, step back into plank. And then we're gonna walk our hands in, we're gonna come down into a squat. Take your feet out nice and wide, toes turned out to the side. If you're on a yoga mat, your feet should be pretty much as wide as your mat. Use your elbows to push your knees. We're gonna rock from side to side, transferring your weight from one foot to the other. Try and wiggle your toes around. Use your elbows to open your knees up. We're gonna spinal roll up to stand here. So I'm gonna take my feet back parallel, drop my head down, roll myself up. Head lifts. We're gonna repeat all that on the other side. So I started standing on my right leg for my aeroplanes last time. This time I'm gonna stand on my left. Open the arms up. Again, beginner option, just do a normal aeroplane here. Or more intermediate option, you can try to do the twist. Open one side, back to the middle, stand back up. Then the second side, I twist across, opposite hand to knee. I find this one more challenging personally, a bit more wobbly. We're gonna do one more. Remember the option to just go straight to the middle without the twist, especially if you're struggling with your balance. And back up. Both feet back down on the ground, spinal roll. Walk it into down dog. Stretch out the calves, pedaling through the feet. Bending one knee at a time. Press both heels down. Reach right hand, left ankle. Thread, look underneath. Twisting, stretching the upper body. Change, other side, left hand, right ankle. Twist, pull, use your arm to twist you around. Good, now we're lifting up our left leg. Bend the knee, open the hip, nice inner thigh, groin, hip opener. Then we flip, lift the left hand up, flip all the way over, looking up at the roof, both feet on the ground if you can, just the right hand on the floor, back to down dog. Then we thread under, my left leg comes through, my right arm comes up in a bit of a breakdance position, I find. Back to down dog. Now you can either repeat that again with me or you can just hold down dog or even child's pose if you're starting to feel tired. Left leg up, left leg bends, flip it over, look up at the roof, back to down dog, and then we're threading under, right hand lifts all the weight on that right leg, back to down dog. You're doing so well. We're gonna lift that left leg up again and bring it all the way forwards between our hands. Twisting, opening up that left arm, look up at the left hand, open through the chest, change sides, left hand down, right arm opens, nice, hip flexor, chest stretch, good. From here we're going to put that back knee down on the ground, lift the arms up, cactus the arms open, and then lean to the left across that front leg. I'm feeling tighter on that side today. Can you feel the difference? Is one side tighter than the other for you too? Lovely. Coming back down. Option, put your elbows on the ground if you can. You do not have to do that option if you don't want to. If you can't make it, hands are fine. Let's lift the back knee and lower it down. And lift and lower and lift and lower. Coming back up onto the hands. Can you reach your left arm over and grab your right foot? It's okay if you can't, you just keep holding it in the middle. If you can, try and pull that foot as close to your bottom as you can, increasing the stretch in your hip flexor. Excellent work. Now we go into our Skandasana. So I turn my hands so I'm facing away. You may need to bring yourself up higher so you've just got your fingertips on the ground. Remember, this foot should be flat. Let's walk it over to the other side. Reach the right arm out. and the left arm up and over. Inner thigh, side body. Then back through the middle, over to the other side. Left arm goes out, right arm goes up and over. Excellent work. Twist back to the middle. Step it back. Walk it in. And then come down into our squat, so you can take your feet out nice and wide, toes maybe even hanging off the sides of your mat. This time we're going to try and see if you can start to bring your knees down. Now you might not have the mobility in your knees to do this, and that is completely okay. You can stick with what we did last time and just rock. But it is nice to see what ranges of motion we can get our body to. Can you get your feet to roll in all the way, your knees to touch the floor without pain? Let's spinal roll it up all the way to standing. Excellent work. Grab a quick drink right now, have a little breather, then we're going to come onto the floor for our next section. All right, now that we've had a little break, we're going to come onto all fours. Now, you can keep your knees on the ground, but if at any time you feel like you could handle more of a challenge, you can tuck your toes under and come into a hovering position. We're going to start like this. We're just going to go reach the arm forwards, lower it back down, reach the other arm forwards. So on the floor, we're going to do everything on both sides straight away, so we won't be repeating any of this like we did with our standing work. So again, option to hover and have your knees up off the ground. Even if you only do 2 and then come back down to your knees. One more. Now we're going to do our leg. Stretch it back, lower it in. Squeeze your tummy up towards the ceiling. Push your heel back towards the wall behind you. Again, option to hover, knees are up, leg stretches back, comes back in. It's a bit easier for the legs, so you push all your weight into your arms. Stretch, squeeze, feel it in the glute here. Activate your bottom. You don't need to have a band or a weight on your ankle to be feeling the work. Let's go opposite arm to leg. Out, in, try and get your elbow and knee to touch. Out, and down. Other side. Left arm, right leg. Knee to elbow. Squeeze your tummy up, work the core. Stretch it back out, feel it in the glute, flex the foot, lower it back down. Again, you could do this one hovering. Big challenge there. And out and down. Can I do it on the other side? And in, out, down. Oh, good work if you did that with me. That was hard. Let's do one back down on our knees on each side. Squeeze it in, out and down. Last one. Very good. We're going to do a thread the needle here. So I'm going to open my left arm up, look up at the roof, then thread it under, ear to the floor. Really good one for the spine. If you would like more work, you're going to lift your right leg up in the air, thread it under. Try not to fall on your face. So now you're working your core more and your glute as you do this one. Beginner option, keep both knees on the floor. Intermediate option, have that leg up in the air. Nice. We're going to change sides now, so I'm going to stretch out. Well, I'll do one. Right arm up, right arm under. That's your beginner option, both knees on the floor. Intermediate, left leg goes out to the back. So it's the opposite leg to arm that you're using. Flex that foot, feel the work in the glute, and come back down. Let's do a little stretch back into child's pose. Some rocks from side to side. Coming up so that you're kneeling up, we're going to lean backwards. Feel that work in the quads. And come back up. Squeeze your tummy in nice and tight. Back, how far can you go? Work that end range. Nice work. We're going to do 2 more of these. Back. Push it. How far can you go? 1 more. Excellent. From here, we're going to go into some 90-90s. So, sitting with your feet quite far apart. We don't want to be in triangles. It's called a 90-90 because we're making 90-degree angles with our legs. So, belly button forwards over my thigh, down. Can I lift my back heel up off the ground? Change sides. Belly button over thigh. How low can I go? Can I lift my back heel up off the ground? So we're working the internal and external rotation of our hips. You may not have the mobility to stay upright. You may have to put one hand on the ground. That's completely okay. The more you do it, the more mobile your knees and hips will get, the easier it will be. We're going to add in a shin box here, so we're still going to go as far as we can and lift. Then we're going to try and come up over the front of our shin, stretching out our hip flexor on this back leg. Then we windscreen wiper over to the other side. Belly button over knee, back leg lifts, and shin box. Up, push the hip forwards, and come back down. We're going to do that 1 more time on each side. Belly button over knee, back leg lifts, knees down, foot is up, shin box, squeeze the bottom, come back down, windscreen wiper. Belly button over knee, back leg lifts, just the foot, up and down. Nice work. From here, we're going to do some hamstring stretches. So we're going to start with our right leg up, flex the foot, point the foot, round the spine, sit up tall. Flex the foot, round the foot, round the spine, sit up tall. Change legs. Flex, point, round, stretch. You can hold onto the back of your knee if you're not as flexible as I am. Good. Legs out, slightly wider than your mat. Arms up. We're going to twist around as far as we can. Nice spine stretch. Then I'm going to lean forwards and try and get the outside of my hand to the outside of my ankle. Sit back up to the middle and change sides. So I go around as far as I can first, then I go forwards. Outside of hand, outside of ankle, and up. Twist, look towards the back of the room. How far around can you go? Come forward. So I'm always looking towards this back hand. Through the middle, round to the other side. Looking towards my left hand now. How far around can I go? Can I reach all the way forwards? Let's do that 1 more time on each side. All the way around. Look at your right hand. Look at the back of the room. Full rotation of the spine. Then the hamstring stretch on top of it. Arms are getting a workout too, just from being held up at this height. Twist, how far can you go? Forwards and up. Very good. Let's bring those feet together. We're going to balance on our bottom here. So hands are clasped behind the backs of my legs. Knees are bent. I'm going to lift one leg up as straight as I can. Then the other leg up. Then we're going to try both legs together at the same time. Then we're going to try and let go. Can we balance here in this V-sit position? You're doing really well. We're going to try and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Come back up to this position as quickly as you can. I'm just going to shuffle forwards a tiny bit. We're going to do an exercise called rolling like a ball. So a couple of things. You do need to round your spine. so that you are like a ball. So when we were doing our V-sit, we were up nice and tall with a flat back. Now you want to round your spine, tuck your chin into your chest. The idea is that you keep your body in the exact same position as you roll. So I go back and up. If I want to check if I'm doing it correctly, I put my hands behind my ears, my elbows on my knees, and as I roll, my elbows stay on my knees. Can you do it? Back, squeeze, up. So I'm actually holding all the muscles in my body really tight. Back, roll, up. We're going to do it one more time. Good challenge. Roll and up. Very good work. We're going to spinal roll down all the way onto our back. We're going to do glute bridge reaches up, over, and down. Up, squeeze the bottom, over and down. Up, over, and down. If you would like a more challenging intermediate option, you can do this single leg. Cross one ankle over the knee, twist over to the side. Keep that same leg crossed, try and twist the other way, it's really hard. Other leg, up, over, middle, down. You don't have to do the single leg option, you can keep going with both feet on the floor. We're going to do it one more time each side, up, over, and down. Up, over, and down. Excellent work. Lying on your side, we're going to do some leg circles. Little circles going forwards. You can be all the way down on your arm if you like. Squeeze your tummy in nice and tight. Change directions, circle back the other way. Little pulses, straight up and down. Big kicks, up and down, up and down. Little pulses. Lovely, let's flip over onto the other side. Little circles forwards. Squeeze the bottom, squeeze the tummy, everything's nice and tight. Change directions. Little pulses. Keep squeezing that glute, try and feel the work in your bottom. Big kicks, up and down, up and down. 2 more. Little pulses. Good job. I hope your butt is on fire. We're going to finish off with some Supermans. Lying down on your tummy. If you have any neck problems, you can keep your head on the ground. Otherwise, we're going to go up, pull the arms, stretch it forwards and down. Up, pull, stretch and down. Up, pull, stretch and down. Legs now. Out, in and down. Out, in and down. Up, out, in, down. 1 more time. All right, upper body, lower body together. Pull the arms, open the legs. Stretch it forwards. Lower back, glutes, shoulders, all working here. 1 more. Excellent work. Stretch back into child's pose. Stretch your back out the other way. Excellent work. We've finished that in half an hour and we've targeted every little bit of your body. Hopefully everything's feeling on fire and working and mobilized and warm and ready for an excellent day. Good work. If you found that easy, follow on for the more advanced mobility option to come.